Bye. To the finals of Grand Prix Barcelona 2014. I'm Matej Bixizalka in the booth with Hall of Famer Frank Carson, and after 14 rounds of team sealed and 1 round of draft, we got to see the final draft of Christian Seibold and his team here in the finals, with the brothers Gräfensteiners poised to take a title under their belt. They're facing off against Swiss amateurs. From Geneva, Wilson Lamb, Olivier Duport and Louis Ballivet. They've already taken down the superstar American team of William Jensen, Owen Turtenwald and Reed Duke, but can they find another scalp of a team of experienced players, or will the Germans take it home? We'll find out in just the next minutes as we watch some great magic unfold. The players are ready, and we will start off with Wilson Lamb against Christian Seibold. No, Wilson Lamb is on blue-black, Christian Seibold on white-red. I expect lots of attacking from Christian Seibold very early.
Exactly. We've watched this draft, and Christian Seibold has assembled a very powerful, aggressive white-red deck with turn 2 a Cohen Skyguard, turn 3 a bunch of Ordeals and Bestow creatures. His deck can come out of the gates quite quickly. Not the Cohen Skyguard that he was hoping for, but Traveling Philosopher, a 2-2 on turn 2, allows him to start attacking quite early, as he is hoping to do.
Yeah, Traveling Philosopher gets on the board and it swings for 2, taking Wilson Lamb down to 18. And if there's any follow-up from Christian Seibold, he's in decent shape. It might just be a Setessan Battle Priest. Oh, it is an Akron Hoplite. Great follow-up. It's a 2-mana 1/2, but it gets plus X plus 0 whenever it attacks for every creature attacking. So just himself attacking, it's a 2/2. Great defensive creature from Wilson Lamb here. Just a Wave Crash Triton.
Yeah, Wave Crash Triton currently capable of blocking one of Seibold's creatures, but doesn't have enough power to take him down in combat.
So 3 mana, is it the Nyxborn Shieldmate? Or is the... we know he doesn't have a Fearsome Temper, I don't think.
Yeah, it does seem to be a Nyxborn Shieldmate. One part of the common cycle of Bestow creatures from Born of the Gods. This one gives +1, +2, and after the attack with both creatures, that means that this Akron Hoplite will have 4 power and is able of smashing through the Wave Crash Triton.
Yep, so attack for both creatures, so that during the attack the Akron Hoplite grows to a 4/4. Traveling Philosopher will most likely get blocked by the Wave Crash Triton, and Wilson Lamb should drop down to 14 now, as we will update the live tools. Yep, so it was an 18 from the attack with Traveling Philosopher, should now be on 14. So good start for Christian Seibold there. Fellhide Minotaur, Prescient Chimera, lots of really good cards in Wilson Lamb's hand, but does he have a 4th land though? That's the question. Doesn't look that way.
Well, once he gets to the late game, he will be able to take over. He also has a Siren of the Silent Song, Sea God's Revenge, plenty of powerful 5 mana and 6 mana cards in there. But yeah, no 4th land, only Fellhide Minotaur. Still, a 2/3 against all those tiny white creatures is a fine card.
Ooh, but can it do a fine job against an Observant Alseid bestowed upon a Traveling Philosopher? Now that's 2 4/4s for Christian Seibold, putting on the screw, potentially getting past both creatures and dropping Wilson Lamb down to 6.
Yeah, Lamb only can line up 3 power words of blockers, so he's not able to take down any of these attackers in combat. Lamb in a bad position here. He needs to be able to draw some lands and cast some blockers in order to get back in this game, but doesn't look very good yet. Yeah, he has just no good blocks.
Yeah. So Wilson Lamb down to 6 here after 6 after taking 8 here. Will draw a land? No, it's a forlorn Sudama, I think.
Yeah, another 4 mana card. Not what he wants to see.
He will be into chump blocking duty very swiftly. Remember, this is a team draft. It was a 3-on-3 draft, but now they will play individual matches, but just one set of matches. The team who gets the most, who gets at least 2 match wins, takes the whole round and wins the title. So even if Wilson Lamb loses, we've seen it before. Wilson Lamb lost in the semis, but his 2 teammates bailed him out and defeated their superstar opponents 2-0. So they advanced to the finals, and this can happen here because Christian Seibold is relentless.
Now, this also being a team format means that you can ask your teammates for some small pieces of advice, but it looks like Seibold is not needing any advice from his teammates. It's pretty easy. I have 2 4/4s. My opponent only has 3 lands in play. I'll just put both of them into the red zone.
Yep. Looks like the Fellhide Minotaur is on chump blocking duty, and Wilson Lamb will fall down to 2 life. Looks to be a very quick game. Yep, there's the block. 4 damage passed through. Wilson Lamb down to 2. Yeah, and a Citizen Battle Priest joining the fray. Not the most threatening of attackers.
No, 1 power is not a lot, but Dragon Mantle would allow Seibold to turn this Citizen Battle Priest into a lethal 2 power attacker on the next turn. Lamb now facing 3 potentially lethal creatures on the next turn. He does find the 4th land, but it may be too late. Does he have any forecasting cost cards that can deal with 2 creatures at this time of the game?
Probably not. We haven't seen his draft, but I don't. Maybe he would need a Sudden Storm to tap 2, and then still would have to chump block the other creature, most likely. So Wilson Lamb is not in good shape.
He actually has something. He has Fated Infatuation, which is a card that can make a copy of his own target creature, and he's gonna make a copy of Triton, which will provide another chump blocker, and in the process he also gets a heroic trigger, which will allow him to tap down one of Seibold's creatures.
Yep.
So he may still live to fight for another day.
Sure. So that means that he has now, in his heavy blue deck, managed to copy. He has actually 2 copies of Fated Infatuation, but he does manage to copy the Wave Crash Triton, tap down one guy, gets another 1/4, but they will both have to chump block on the following turn. It seems like. So it is a 1/4. The dice indicating power toughness in a way. So yeah, it is a copy of the Wave Crash Triton. So Traveling Philosopher gets tapped, but now Christian Seibold untaps. Plays bold, Carrinos targeting Wilson Lamb, and there's that. So Christian Seibold up a game on Wilson Lamb, putting himself in great position for the following games. And with his aggressive deck against Wilson Lamb's very slow deck, he might have the upper hand. But I think Christian Seibold has probably maybe even the best deck at the table, or tied for the best deck.
Yeah, it is streamlined, it is aggressive, it has tons of good cards and early picks, and it is one of the better decks to punish any stumble. And here Seibold did stumble, missed the 4th land drop. Lamb missed the 4th land drop, and Seibold really took advantage of that.
So the other matches are still in process. We're gonna go for a look at the match between Louis Ballivet and Daniel Gräfensteiner. So Daniel drafted a blue-black deck, which we didn't particularly fancy. However, we quite like Louis Ballivet's heavy green deck, only green drafter at the table. But he seems to be in trouble against the Coastline Chimera, Servant of Timurid with an X1 Trident, as well as a Keepsake Gorgon.
Yeah, Keepsake Gorgon currently holding all those green creatures at bay. A 2/5 Death Touch. It will be able to block all of them, but it's actually Gräfensteiner who is currently attacking with his 3/5 Servant of Timurid, and Ballivet lines up the double block. If nothing else happens, then yeah, the creatures would trade, but both the green creatures would go to the graveyard. No, the only one would go to the graveyard. There's only 3 power on the Servant of Timurid.
Next one Wolf is first, and there's a Boon of Erebos, so +2/+0. making it into the 5-5.
See, I told you both green creatures would go to the graveyard.
Yeah. You were right, Frank. And that's game. So Daniel Gräfensteiner already defeating Louis Ballivet. We have Simon in the booth with us. He has an update from the other match, I hope.
Yes, just like Daniel Gräfensteiner just won his game, Tobias Gräfensteiner is up a game as well. He's playing red-white against his opponent's red-black deck. His opponent had Hammer of Perforos, but in the end it was the Titan Strength and the God's Willing that Tobias needed to win the game. He drew his 6th land, which was enough to monsterify his Cyclops, and his opponent had to scoop.
Right, so we have the Germans all being up a game. It seemed that way. Christian Seibold, Tobias and Daniel Gräfensteiner all one game up on their Swiss opponents in very convincing fashion. That was less than 10 minutes from the start of the round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they all recognize that speed and aggression and tempo is important in this format. You want to be able to win before the opponent starts making big monsters, and yeah, that plan has worked so far. They're also definitely the more experienced team in this matchup. Both Gräfensteiner brothers have experience playing in the top 8 of a Pro Tour or a Grand Prix, and Christian Seibold, he's on quite a run, isn't he?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, last week top 8 at the Pro Tour and yet now in the finals, just one, maybe his team is 2 games away from getting the title. So, and he will be in great position in the pro standings, as he will go, if in case of a win, he will go to 26 pro points at least. And actually this is great for him because there's already a very big race for the German national champion developing. There's Lukas Tajak already at around 20 points. Kai Buda had 2 good results at Pro Tour, so he's hovering around 20 points as well. Christian Seibold's doing well. Patrick Dickmann won a GP and top 8 at the Pro Tour, so he's also around 28 points or just under 30. So it's going to be a very close race, certainly developing there. But yeah, with a good team for Atlanta, Christian Seibold can certainly make a run for platinum as well.
Yep, but right now what's at stake is what you also see here on the right side of your screen, the trophy. That is, besides the prize money, over $8,000 going to the winning team, and the fame, and all the pro points, that trophy, the coveted one sitting on the table there, that's what the teams are fighting for.
So, players have drawn their opening hands. Wilson Lamb has 2 lands. I think there's a Fellheidel Minotaur and maybe a Vortex Elemental, but Coastline Chimera and Lash of the Whip being on the plate, this might actually turn out to be a very risky hand.
Yeah, again there is this risk of not drawing the 3rd or 4th land. I think it is an okay keep. You do have a bunch of draw steps to find a 3rd land. With the 3rd land you can already play the Fellheidel Minotaur, a decent 2/3 blocker. You do have Vortex Elemental early on, so should be able to stall out the game long enough to hopefully take over with the big 4 and 5 mana cards.
He did draw a Baleful Eidolon, which he could play if he doesn't manage to find some lands. Remember, we're playing 3 matches, which are all best 2 out of 3. Meaning that team needs to win 2 matches, 2 full matches of to make it in. Let's see, 3rd land. He does have the 3rd land, so managing to draw 1 there. It's a swamp.
Yeah, but that a Crow and Skyguard from Christian Seibold is one of the better turn 2 plays that the German could play, because flying means that neither the Vortex Elemental, nor the Baleful Eidolon, nor this Fellheidel Minotaur is able to stop it. No bestow creature or ordeal yet, so Crow and Skyguard still a 1/1.
Kragma Butcher though, quite a decent 3-drop. 3 mana 2/3, has an inspired trigger when it untaps, it gets +2/+0. And an island for Wilson Lamb here, so he's getting back into the game. Has Griptide, Coastline Chimera, Lash the Whip. Can start doing something here.
Coastline Chimera might prove to be a great blocker against a Crow and Skyguard. Even if Christian Seibold would find some good enchantments to make it bigger, like an Ordeal of Iliad, Lamb has the Griptide in hand, as well as the Lash of the Whip to deal with it. Lamb also has the Baleful Eidolon lined up to block the Kragma Butcher. Yeah, so far so good. Lamb doesn't have a great win condition yet, but that'll come later.
Oh well, his deck is not really packed with those win conditions either. He does have some flyers, and he can do something there. As far as Warden for Christian Seibold, maybe even from the sideboard, seeing as a lot of the guys of Wilson Lamb have low power, such as Wave Crash Triton, Coastline Chimera, Vortex Element, Ballivet Eidolon. The Warden can actually do some work here.
Yeah, I expect that over the course of the next couple of turns, if Lamb does not play any of his instant cards, that the Warden is going to tap down the Coastline Chimera, allowing Seibold to fly in with his Acroan Skyguard for some points of damage. And Lamb also doesn't have many good attacks here. His creatures don't have a lot of power. His deck is kind of dirtly, do nothing, go for a long game in which you're just, I don't know, playing Fated Infatuation to copy your Mnemonic Wall indefinitely. He is hoping to stall out this game.
Right, and a very aggressive Griptide on the Kragma Butcher. And an attack with the Fellhide Minotaur and the Baleful Eidolon and the Coastline Chimera, so Wilson Lamb on the offensive here.
Yeah, not the best aggressive creatures, but it's not like Seibold is putting on all that much pressure at the moment either, so why not get in for some points of damage?
Yeah, it just seems a little bit pointless here to me. It's one turn of aggression that will be halted by the Forest Warden and the replayed Kragma Butcher, so he surely has some sort of plan here. So yeah, plays Leonis Negus and swing for one with the Acroan Skyguard, putting Wilson Lamb down to 18.
I think it's interesting that Seibold already chooses to play his Leonin Snarecaster here, because the 2-1 creature doesn't match up too well against the 2-3 Fellhide Minotaur and the 1-5 Coastline Chimera on the other side of the board. Seibold could have also just kept it in his hand to get a better use out of the Enters the Battlefield ability. Yep. But yeah, the fact that he does play it over here might indicate that he plans to go onto the aggression soon, tapping down some of the opposing creatures. Maybe he has some more spells in hand, so he wants to use his mana efficiently.
Definitely a lot of options here on how the game could play out. But there's still 2 cards in Christian Seibold's hand, while Wilson Lamb is down to, I think, just the Will Lash the Whip in his, so... And the Forest Warden didn't seem to tap down anything, leaving Wilson Lamb free to attack with his Coastline Chimera. But no, declines to attack. Now the Chimera will get tapped anyway, so...
Yeah, Seibold would have been happy if the Coastline Chimera had attacked, because then he would have been able to tap possibly the Baleful Eidolon and get in more points of damage.
Yeah, and Wilson Lamb used the opportunity to kill the Forest Warden, which has been quite annoying for him, so... There's a Dragon Mantle on the Acroan Skyguard, drawing Christian Seibold a card. Now has the Fire Breathing ability, so for 1 red mana he can pump it up a couple times since he only has 2 mountains here, so... Plays another Dragon Mantle, so another counter, yep, so...
Yeah, the getting a double Fire Breathing onto a creature is kind of useless, but he's happy to target his own Acroan Skyguard because it just gets additional +1/+1 counters.
Pumps up once and attacks for 4 now, so now that Wilson Lamb has wasted his Lash the Whip, he still has 1 more card in hand. It is an island though, but his Coastline Chimera will not be able to block the Acroan Skyguard. His Vortex Elemental also unable to do anything about it, so it looks like Christian Seibold might actually just take the game on the back of the Acroan Skyguard.
Yeah, and Lamb may be regretting using his Griptide a couple turns ago on just a creature that was not very relevant, because if Lamb still had the Griptide in hand at this point, he could have sent the Acroan Skyguard back to Seibold's deck, resetting it as a 1/1 creature, but now, yeah, he lacks an answer to what is currently going to be a monstrous flyer.
Yeah, I saw a small change on the scoreboard. Simon, do you have the scoop?
Yes, Daniel Gräfensteiner was up a game, but now Ballivet evened the score. Daniel had to mulligan, missed his 3rd land drop, was discarding, and he kept playing because he had Keepsake Gorgon to block a monster fight Nessian Asp. But Stymied Hopes, of all things, punished him even more, and that was it. They are heading to game 3.
Alright, thank you, Simon. So, first game on the board for the Swiss players. Louis Ballivet taking 1 game off Daniel Gräfensteiner. And now Wilson Lamb trying to beat the second one, but it looks like he did draw a spell. Oh, okay, he's forcing the Kragman Butcher to block the Vortex Elemental. He will try to get rid of it using the first ability, and he's basically trying to race here. Might not be a winning strategy against a 3/3 Skyguard with a Dragon Mantle on it on 14 life, though. We'll see. Maybe it will be. Yep. So there's the block. So Leyland Snare gets traded through the Baleful Eidolon. Vortex Elemental gets shuffled in alongside together with the Kragman Butcher. So both players just shuffle their libraries, and the board has reset a little bit here. Christian Seibold taking some damage, 2 to be exact.
Yeah, something that always happens when I play with this Vortex Elemental is that I draw it on the next turn immediately after, and my opponent also draws the creature that was shuffled back immediately after. So one way or another, that's always how it works out.
Yeah. I was also surprised the Coastline Chimera did not attack there, since it really can't do much blocking against the fire-breathing 3/3 Kron Skyguard.
Yeah, good point.
But 7, ooh, Heliod's Emissary and a Kron Skyguard. So it definitely won't be doing any blocking now. It grew up to a 4/4 base with +3/+3 from Heliod's Emissary. It's at 7 power.
Yeah.
Wilson Lamb down to 7. That's a very fast clock.
He needs an answer right now.
Yeah, you can see Christian Seibold knows that there needs to be top deck. Tobias Gräfensteiner defeated Olivier Duport. Is this it?
Yeah,
he
draws an item.
There's the handshake.
That's it. It's
there's
over.
The win for the Germans. They take it down. Christian Seibold has his trophy after missing out last week. Great win for the German team. Daniel Gräfensteiner's match doesn't matter anymore. Tobias Gräfensteiner and Christian Seibold took home the finals and the trophy. The first for every one of those players.
Wow.
Daniel was so close in Lyon getting second place. Top 8 for Tobias as well. Yeah, there's the big round of applause. There's your winners. Wow, great effort, great effort.
That was over so quick. That was lightning fast.
Yeah.
Well, how many minutes have we been playing?
I think around
15,
20 minutes.
20?
20 minutes.
Incredible. Wow.
Yeah, there's the trophy. I don't know how they're going to split up between the 3 of themselves, but I'm sure they're good friends and they'll figure it out. Look at those smiles. Limited experts galore. Right? There you have it. Christian Seibold, Tobias Gräfensteiner and Daniel Gräfensteiner take home the title of GP Barcelona 2014, defeating some formidable teams on their way, and I think it's well deserved. I've talked with a lot of players throughout the weekend, and some of the German Austrian players were like, these guys are incredible. They haven't played for a while, but they're beasts and limited. And I think they've been proven right.
Yeah, I think they've mastered this format quite well. Many people have been saying that Theros Limited is about building up to the biggest monster, using monstrous abilities, tribute, ordeals, bestow creatures. But these Germans also looking at their draft decks and the white-red deck from Seibold in particular, and figured out that you need to be fast, you need to be aggressive. Play those white heroic creatures early on, make them big, and smash in for lots of damage before the opponents have any chance to stabilize and claw back into the game. And that is the big takeaway from this finals for me. Aggression pays off in Born of the Gods, Theros Limited.
Yeah, I think it's not only aggression. There's one thing I definitely want to point out. It's the quality of players. Definitely playing a big factor. There were some superstar teams. Of course, there's variance, and not everyone gets to play in the finals, of course. But we had some great teams in top 4. Not only the winning team of Christian Seibold and the 2 Gräfenstein brothers, we had Owen Turtenwald, William Jensen, and Reed Duke in the top 4. Very well deserved. They went on an 11-0 tear. So then lost 2. Okay, they won another one. Got to the top 4 easily. We also other teams finished in the top 8. We had the team of Adorian Kobo and Gabor Kocic of Hungary. Melissa de Tora, Jeremy Dzani, and Rafael finished 7th.
Yeah, the event was stacked, and many of the top teams rise to the top. But in the end, the Germans took it all.
There can only be one, and the one winner. Well, one team, because we play teams.
A team of friends too. They mentioned that they had known each other for quite some time. Yeah. They're friends, and that definitely helps in a team format like this, where you're able to support each other, help each other out, and just win as a team. Great accomplishment.
All right, so we have the final, the winners interview with Simon Gertzen in the feature match area. So we are going to go over there right now.
I'm here with the winners of Grand Prix Barcelona 2014, Christian Seibold, Tobias Gräfensteiner and Daniel Gräfensteiner. You've just won this team sealed team draft GP in the Born of the Gods Theros limited format. Congratulations, Christian Seibold, you're coming hot off a top 8 at Proto Valencia. How happy are you to now have a trophy in your hands?
Well, I'm very happy. I mean, after playing like 10 years Magic without any big success, everything changes in like a week. And I'm so proud of me and my team that we could do that.
You were already qualified for Proto Atlanta, but now you're going to go there with your friends from your hometown Nuremberg. You've been playing with these guys for years, right?
Yeah, since I'm playing Magic, I'm playing with them, and Team GPs have always been the best with those guys, and it's the third GP we played, and we always had a good finishes, and we knew this time we can do it.
And the Gräfensteiner brothers are famous in Germany especially for their limited skills. So did you have a plan coming into this tournament? Did you have a specific way to attack the sealed format, Tobias?
Not really. I have to read all the new cards on the plan, so yeah.
So you just relied on your natural skills to get the win this tournament?
Yeah, it looks so.
Actually, that's true, yeah.
Okay, Christian has the inside scoop here. Daniel, when you went into the semi-finals, the finals to draft, did you have a specific strategy? Did you want to try certain colors, or were you just saying, let's see what's open, let's see what's happening?
Well, I like drafting blue, so my plan was to draft blue and another color.
Okay, blue seems to be the way to go. One last question, guys. There were, in the top 4, we had the team of Huey Jensen, Owen Turtenwald and Reed Duke. Now you didn't get to face them. Are you upset that you didn't get the chance, or are you relieved that you didn't have to face them? Christian?
Well, I think I'm a bit upset because finals against them would just be amazing, but anyway, our opponents were good too, so maybe we can face them at Proto Atlanta or something like this. Yeah.
All right, the words of a true champion. They're ready for Atlanta. Congratulations again to the team from Nuremberg, the Gräfensteiner brothers and Christian Seibold, winners of Grand Prix Barcelona 2014.
Hey, there you have it. So the winners, worthy ones at that, Christian Seibold, Tobias Gräfensteiner and Daniel Gräfensteiner. After an arduous weekend, we started off with 519 teams. It's more than 1,600 players. After day 1, only 42 were left. In 5 more rounds, 4 left. And after 2 rounds of draft, we only have 1 winner, and they're going home with the trophy. It's been a great weekend. And Frank, I have to ask you, what is the highlight of the weekend for you?
For me, still the highlight is the fast, aggressive white creatures. Heroic, that is how you win in Theros, Born of the Gods Limited. And in addition to that, the 2 brothers and their friend Christian Seibold taking it down, showing that team play, camaraderie and having fun while playing Magic can eventually get you to the title.
Yeah, this was well underlined by the American team in the top 4 as well, with Turtenwald, Jensen and Duke, friends for a long time, playing teams for a long time together. But also, let's not forget the other team in the top 4, the Hauk brothers, duking it out, just like the Gräfensteiner brothers, but falling just short. Anyway, that's it for us from this weekend. I'm Matej Bikisalka here with Hall of Fame Frank Karsten, Simon Gertzen supporting us, as was Rich Hagen and Stephen Leeming. It's been a great weekend, great for having you, and we will see you in Vienna in just 3 weeks. Be with us. See you soon.